Alrighty folks, so part of my getting the air conditioning in, so I got to put all my ductwork back in. Ran some new, this is the piece that's going to go right there. Put some new weather stripping on it. It's just some hardware store rubber. This is the same piece, I just cut it in half and shoved it in there. Clamped it over the weekend and it's still wants to pop out. That's alright. I gotta find the screws for this sucker. There are two at the bottom. I think that's it. Oh, it must have like a little clip at the top. Looks like. Oh, yeah. And I'll get a little wet rag on this because it's looking a little dusty still. I did vacuum all this at one point. And that one's gonna go in, and this is the one for the center vents. And then there's the lower vent that goes over the driver. And we should be good getting this interior back together. Alright, so I got 2 bolts in there. I said, while I'm at it, I might as well get this best speaker $20 could buy on eBay. Or, I think it was eBay. Run some new cable. And put that in place, because you won't be able to get to it once that's all in there. And then I'm just going to cover it because it's going to get dusty. So I'll plop that in and then continue ducting. Okay, this next one is my piece here, bolts to the dash pad. But I was missing the hose. It connects the two. I think it's just like yay long. So I was able to pick up some dryer vent hose. However, this is I think 4-inch, and this is 3.5. But it fits on there. It's on there loose. I mean, once it's together, it can't go anywhere. And you could always clamp it if you really want to. But so I'm gonna get a nice little section of this going and put that in there. All right, there she is. Let's go throw her in and see what she looks like. Is that working? How about now? Can you hear me now? There she is. She's in. Dash fencer. I tightened them up too, because you know how they're always loose. I painted them. They used to be chrome. Boy, that dash looks good. This lighting. The lighting's kind of awful for you guys. Just got to get my bezel housing in. I just have it laying in here for now. Go to can't even tell that was where that stretch mark was. It either is behind there or you can't see it. Damn. I put the speaker in there. Can't even tell. Yeah, this is what I was saying about the dash vents. There's nothing there to. I could make a little screen. That might look kind of cool, right? Alright. Okay, I'm working on some fitment issues, of course. I know aftermarket dashes, they say don't fit, but putting in my factory one again. Same thing. Oh, that looks white, but that's just the glare. That looks really crappy. Camera lens. Anywho, I don't even have this vent bolted in, but that's where it's got to sit. This doesn't look right. It looks like it should be way in there. But in order for that to be way in there, got a gap here. It means the dash has to be way in there. And I think she's all the way. I could be down. It's so tight right here now with I popped the weather strip. I can get in there a little bit more. But I think I could shave my trim panel so it would go in here further. That'd be the best bet. I don't know if I'm going to get enough to get that down. That's going to go there. Put another screw there. It just seems like it doesn't pop out enough, that wiper switch. I don't know how they were. Let's see. So I mean that's in there. It's not even flush. Maybe they were in there, I don't know. And then I gotta get my headlight now broke. I gotta get the whole thingamajigga. And I want to get them, you know, black screws, the proper screws that'll fit. I don't think I had any that were matching. But, yeah, looking good. I got a factory radio, or period correct radio to put in. So maybe I'll work on that. Gotta get some quick wiring done to that. Okie dokie. Wrap that up for now. Oh yeah. Got tape deck. It's a nice looking unit, right? Once she's in there. The nice silver. Speaker's gonna sound like crap because it's underneath vinyl, of course. But I think it's very fitting. The 70s, baby. Alright. I hope the radio works better. Why is the grill back out again, Mike? Well, it's going in for AC work, and I want them to be able to get at fittings without having to move my shit. I don't think they're going to need to, but they may, if, you know, could find a leak, who knows. And this is the other line they're going to get to. So maybe, I just figure get it out of the way. Less work for them. And less stuff for them to break and lose. And I'm also going to paint. If you look at other trucks, and the way it was when I got it, these little sections were black. And it looks so much better when you do that. It looks weird when it's got these silver tabs there. And also, I forgot to put my 350 badge back on. So, we'll get that taken care of too. Alright, one more thing to do. I need a connector for my compressor. My harness is yonder. Now you hear. Had the old 2-blade. I just cut it. I'm going to put this single bullet on there. Crimped. Going to give it a little solder, heat shrink. I jumped the low pressure switch, so that gives this power when you do that. Because that's what detects pressure. Your low pressure switch. That activates your clutch on your compressor to make it work. So it all works. So next stop, air conditioning. Alrighty, right. Sorry about the sound on the last one. I don't know if the microphone was... I don't know what happened. Anyway. More belts. I got the AC belt, which is awesome. It all goes around to everything, including the power steering, as you can see. But the power steering belt that I had was going around everything as well. Well, that's not going to work anymore. So I need a short belt that goes from the pump to the crank. So that's what I got to do today. And then the other one, it's made to have two. So one's for the AC, power steering, everything. So yeah, let's get that in. Let's try. There we go. Now we got more. This video, I'm sorry, this camera, old iPhone, I should say, is giving me issues. Doesn't like the new microphone being plugged in. Anyway, so this is kind of a weird setup. You get two power steering belts, basically. So you kind of have to get the pump tight first, and extra difficult for me because I'm trying to figure out belt length. So that's going to be tight. And at the same time, here's your AC belt. I'm also going to be able to tighten that, which affects the power steering a little bit because they both drive each other. So I think this length is good. I went with the 15 through 60. So I think this is a 36-inch length. That's how AutoZone does their belts. 36 outside diameter of the belt. Any other belt you measure, that number is the inside, I believe. And you add 2 inches. It's so confusing. But so I think that's going to be it. I'm going to tighten the power steering belt. And if anyone's going to do this, this is your pivot point. It gets very confusing. Your pivot point for the pump. There's another adjuster here. And there's one right here on the outside. And the best bet is get them all as loose as possible, because this thing doesn't want to move otherwise. So I hope that helps somebody, and let's get this all back together. Then we can get the air conditioning done. Let's check our work. It looks nice and straight. I guess it's a common issue where the pulleys don't line up, but I got all sorts of shims that I made, and I think somebody else had one in there too, but important stuff to have. I think that's tight enough, because I do have two, it's basically two belts driving it. See how the steering is. I just had the one driving it over here. It was kind of jerky. I don't know, it's like brand new. And that's low idle too. Yeah, a little bit maybe. I was thinking I could go a little tighter. My idle is a little low as well. Alright, put some light on there and I'll see if it needs a little tightening maybe. Okay, one more time on the air conditioning. So I got all my fittings. These are going to get crimped. Figuring out my routing. I think this hose is going to go here. I'm going to cut it with that line. It loops around. It's going to plug in there. This line's going to get crimped here. It's going to come up and across. This is a fitting I was waiting on, these two. My pipe on my old accumulator was female. Then I ordered this fitting, and they sent me it was female too. So, but I called them up and they sent me this pipe. It was really nice of them. And so I'm gonna get this hose cut. And I think I made that mark, but that's a little long. Probably gonna go. I want this to sit. I want it up here blocking the radiator, and that's a little high for the hood. So I'm gonna have it here, and I think I'll just come back to like yay, another couple inches, and finally some air conditioning. Just picked up the AC. Pinkley's took care of me right here in Hollywood. All wired up and filled. Did a good job.